Hello, good morning to everyone. Hi. Eros is first. What's up? Mr. Caliber, nice to see you. Got to catch a podcast. Yes, indeed. Yo, Sambo, what's up to you? Nice to have you guys here. We're just getting started, warming up. Say good morning to everybody. There you are. Yeah, I was having a little issues with the camera at first, but we're good again. We're good. Sometimes, so I use a little product called the Cam Link. I don't have a robust camera capture card in my computer, so the little Cam Link once in a while it needs to be unplugged and then plugged back in. Let's see. So good morning to Lucky. Do you think you're doing? Nope. This is Thursday. We don't do it on Thursday. Hello, Sambo. Nice to have you. Yeah, you're looking for tomorrow, Lucky. So today we'll be doing the podcast. Of course, like usual, Tuesdays and Thursdays we do the podcast, and in the afternoon. So we'll usually do this about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we'll go play marbles on stream. Really looking forward to that as well. It's just nice to be here. I decided to change up my shirt and give me some free hugs today. I feel like we're gonna probably go into some topics that people are gonna need hugs. That's all. No big deal. No big deal. Hey, look, I got my little tea glass here. It's a different one. This is the one. So this is the tea glass that I actually used for the last 3 years of my military service. I'm bringing it back out. Why? I don't know. I just needed a change. How's everybody this morning? Is everybody doing well? I hope so. I certainly hope so. Let's see. So what do we do on podcast day? So great question. That is a wonderful question, Lucky. So generally, podcast day, which again Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have a conversation for 2 hours. We talk about real topics. We talk about the news. We talk about different things, and we just go from there. Hey yo, what's up? Shower time. And then, of course, on the back half of the stream, we go and play marbles on stream. My friend I met the other day is ready to play tomorrow evening, so I'm excited for that. Very nice, dude. Very nice. Hey, yo. Hey, what's up, Daniel? Nice to see you. Of course, nice to see everybody this morning. Just trying to get things started here. I've been reading a lot. The world's been kind of crazy today. Like this morning, I read that the President of the United States was trying to tell people in North Carolina that they should vote twice. They should commit a felony voter fraud. Such an outstanding person. such an amazing person that he would like you to commit a felony. For him, I guess. I don't really know. So listen, if you're in North Carolina and you're thinking about double voting, you should probably not do that. Just gonna put that out there. You more than likely will be charged. I had a really short day today. Was released at 11:45. Dude, that's nice. Hey, Daniel. For everybody that's not aware, Daniel's actually being required to go back to school during the COVID-19. Daniel, what is that like? Are you nervous at all? Has anybody in your school tested positive or anything? Is that something that you might, is that on your mind? Thank God I'm not in America. Thank God it's actually a smart country, Canada. Well, Canada's doing big things. I can actually appreciate what Canada's doing. A toddler would be more qualified than him. Listen, I don't want to go calling names. I just think it's very unfortunate that I guarantee you, mid-November, there'll be this little bubble of voter fraud in North Carolina, and it'll all be double votes for Donald Trump, and then everybody's gonna be like Pikachu shocked, and we're like, what? That's illegal? But the president told me to do it. And this is where that old saying where your parents are like, hey, if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? And you would either say, yeah. Great. Here's a jail cell for you and a big fine. You can't vote twice, right? No, absolutely not. You can only vote once. That's it. So he was trying to convince people to vote by mail and go vote in person because he wants to guarantee himself every single vote. See, he knows he already screwed up the system for both Republicans and Democrats. I think now he's actually worried that most Republicans are going to vote through mail and he's not going to get those votes. I think that's basically the underlying fact. I think, I don't want this to be a President Trump podcast. It never feels good when I speak about him, Let's see. Daniel says, I don't think so. So school's fine. Everything's good. He's an awful person who probably should be. Whoa, I'm not going to say that. I can't say that. Legally, I would not want to say that, and I should not say that. I think he should be, how do I say this nicely? He should face every consequence for every action he has decided himself to do. He's committed a lot of crimes and he's hurt a lot of people. So he should face every civil and every criminal suit against him, I guess, right? Either by the United States himself, a state, or a person. I didn't know that he has 3,500 lawsuits against him right now. That's incredible. That is actually pretty incredible. As a person, I don't know how you gather so much. I have no idea. Hey, while we're talking about this, I'm going to start off the podcast with gaming news real quick. This one's kind of near and dear to my heart, so... Yo, Dressanos, what's up, dude? Welcome to the podcast here. It's not true. He's responsible on both ending and ruining hundreds of thousands of lives. Yeah, I mean, he... who we talk about? We were talking about Donald Trump, but I don't really want to... That's not a focus of my podcast. This is not a political podcast. I do, however, discuss politics on it from time to time. This podcast, especially in the beginning, I can't talk about Donald Trump in the beginning of the podcast. I did it, but just to kind of glaze over that little news. Mostly because I don't want people from North Carolina to go to jail for voting, regardless. I would like to talk about PoE real quick. I talk about this all the time. When we play video games, I'm always discussing PoE with a couple people on the stream. So I'm going to cover this for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to move on. The new Path of Exile Heist, which is the new league, is going to be coming out. This sucker is going to be out in 15 days to launch. So it'll be 2 weeks from now. So not next Friday, but the Friday after that, you are going to get an opportunity to go and loot all these that you want. There's a lot of cool stuff in this game. I don't think I'll be playing right off the bat. Usually I'm pretty aggressive about getting into league start, but I'm just too busy right now. I don't have the time necessarily to do this. But there's a lot of cool stuff. If you guys are not familiar with the game, take a moment and maybe take a look at it. See if it's something that you can play that you would like. It's an ARPG. But yeah, this is 90 days of brand new content. We got brand new uniques and bases and everything else. So this is a solar rainbow. This is a new base. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. I'm not going to go through it. It's too big. But I just wanted to show that the new league information is out. If you would like to have a little look. We have new spells, new everything, new weapons, new equipment, new everything. It's so good. However, I will say, the supporter packs are hot garbage. Look at this. For $30, you get a character effect. That's it. Nobody's listening to the soundtrack. Nobody's doing anything here. For $30, they're willing to give you these two little purple lights that go around you. So please don't buy these. Listen, as much as I love this game and as much as I love supporting GGG, this is the first time that I have seen their supporter packs being as garbage as they are. For $60, I'll get a little armor pack right here. Is this something? Yeah, this little. I mean, it's all right, but for $60, dude, I'm not giving you $60 for that. Look at this. And for this one, you can get a little white dot that goes around your body for 30. Listen, do not spend your money on this. This is how they get away with it. Look at this one. For $30, at least I get a cloak and a malice weapon. I mean, at least you get a little something for 30. For $60 on this one, I get a cloak, an armor pack. I'm going to get a weapon effect and a malice weapon. Anyway, my whole point of that is please don't give them money. Not for that. This is how we constantly get screwed, and it doesn't feel good. I can't believe he's not been kicked out of office yet, though. It's only because the Republicans are in full control of the Senate. If it was not for that, they allowed that to happen. Any other president in any other history of the United States would have been removed from office by now, for sure. United States probably won't arrest him because he was president, so they're not going to decide between embarrassing. I actually think he will be the first president that does get brought up on criminal and civil charges after leaving office. That's a lot of high hope, and I get it, and I understand where that sentiment comes from, but I actually think his stuff is so egregious that the Democrats, once they regain control and they start working everything out again, I have a feeling that he certainly will lose everything that he has. I really think that. Otherwise, he's going to have to flee and he's going to have to claim like asylum to somewhere else. Yeah, it's an incredible deal. $60, you can buy 4 games for that each. Oh no, you could buy so much with it. The whole point of the supporter packs, though, was just to like kind of donate to the company because the game's free. Like you don't have to pay for anything. The game is completely free, and so the way that they make money is by people basically donating. But if you ask somebody to donate, I mean, at least be decent and add a little something more to it. I think that's insulting. You want me to donate $60, which I do almost every single league. So like 4 times a year, I'm donating $60 to this game because I want this to continue. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Let's see. Hey, one little shout out right here as we're getting in here. Vosh. Eros turned me on to this at the beginning of the week. So I figure I'm just going to go ahead and pay him a little bit of gratitude because he's speaking about big things. And I think he's doing, pretty good stuff. This is Vosh on YouTube. I would highly recommend you check him out. Super progressive. I relate to a lot of things he says. I don't expect you to relate to anybody 100%. But I would say that this guy is doing decent things. I like what he's bringing to the table. Therefore, I should push him a little bit, right? Even if I'm the smaller creator, no big deal. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Big fan. He talked last night. I watched a video on him talking about Tim Poole, someone I highly, highly dislike. He has been on the Joe Rogan podcast a couple times, and he likes to claim himself as a journalist, but I do not like anything that he's brought to the table on both of his time on Joe Rogan's podcast. He's I don't know what you want to call him. I don't want to call him names. He's so misinformed, and I don't know if it's intentional or if he just doesn't know any better. Which I would like to think he knows better. Yo, hey, Big Bald Man, what's up, dude? Good morning. Welcome to the podcast, man. We're just getting started. We're just talking it out. And you know what? Speaking of the Joe Rogan podcast, so it's September 1st. And Joe Rogan's podcast is on Spotify. I don't have Spotify. So, unfortunately, I'm probably not going to watch his episodes anymore. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But now his podcast is, in fact, an exclusive Spotify podcast. Here for anybody that would like to see it, we'll just pop a few things up here. Yeah, it begins. And he did it with Duncan Trussell for his first one. It's kind of crazy. I wish I loved him a little bit more than what I do. All right, there's nothing on there. I am not going to download Spotify. I am not going to use Spotify because Joe Rogan is on it. You know what amazes me about Joe Rogan? I need to go on a rant for like 5 minutes. Like, I need a good Joe Rogan rant. Can I do that? Hold on. As someone once said in 2000, I will have trouble at night if Donald Trump becomes president. I will also have trouble sleeping at night if Hillary Clinton becomes president, basically pointing out how it seems like every election cycle, dude. It's just, here's two piles of shit. Which one do you want to eat first? You know, and it's not fun. I didn't like Joe Rogan anyway. Yeah, I used to, though. That's the problem. Just what he said about gamers. So here's the thing about Joe Rogan. He is a wealthy individual that a lot of people know, right? A lot of people know Joe Rogan. He's a commentator to the UFC. He's got the largest podcast on the internet, basically. And he doesn't know a lot of stuff. He knows a lot about a couple very specific things, like MMA and fighting. And he knows a ton about, like, podcasting, I would give him. But he knows nothing about science. He knows nothing about anything else. And the problem with that is he has the largest podcast. And I don't want to get mad at him for having the largest podcast. I mean, good for him. I am so happy for him. But the problem is he has a lot of guests on there that he likes to use the both sides argument. So he'll have some progressives, then he'll have some righties, some conservatives, you know, and he tries to cater to both ends of the spectrum. But what ends up happening is he pushes out so much misinformation, and because he's the largest podcast, so many ears and eyes are on him. Lately, I've been absolutely disgusted with his opinions. From masks don't work to I'm leaving LA. You know, and I've discussed it in the past podcasts. I think his move to Texas is a way to evade taxes. It's as simple as that. Yo, Reng, what's up, dude? I'm gonna call you Fire, because your name is way too long. I actually do not like that name. It's too difficult. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Never watched Joe Rogan, and I don't think I ever will. I don't think you're missing anything. I feel like Joe Rogan has jumped the shark. You know, as soon as he became like anti-mask, and the problem is he wants to claim all the freedom and everything else to not wear the mask and everything else. But what he fails to remember is you don't have the right to kill me. And that's what, with a gun, that's with a knife, that's with your car, and that's with the COVID. Your rights does not include infecting me and my family. Oh, speaking of that, holy crap, that is where we segue. Did anybody, hold on. I want to bring this up so that way we can be correct about it. Because this, I mean, it's not crazy, I guess. I mean, it's just a matter of time if you ever played Plague Inc. But did anybody see this last night? Did anybody see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Do you smell what I'm cooking? His wife and daughters, 4 and 2, test positive for COVID-19. I hope that they recover. This is going to be devastating for The Rock. Like, I know he's healthy, and I know, well, I don't know, but I hope that he's going to pull through. At the end of the day, he's probably going to lose like 30% of his muscle mass. and his lungs are going to be to the point where he's going to have a lot of difficulty working out. I don't know how this affects someone like The Rock, but it's going to affect him big time. I wish him and his family well. Yeah, I wish it was only me who tested positive, but it wasn't. It was my entire family, the star said in an Instagram video. That is nuts. But, I mean, I'm sure he was out there at least a little bit, but he said, I believe that a family get-together with another family, and they didn't know that they had COVID, and they ended up spreading it to him and his family. It's crazy. It's crazy just to think. Anyway, let's get back to the chat. What's up? Sapphire, let's see. T is good. Yo, how am I today? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, dude. Cat's also great. He's wonderful. Dorian is a wonderful, wonderful person. I feel like Joe is a bit mediocre when it comes to the interesting personality aspect of it. Yeah, I think his guests are what makes the show. Like at first, when I first started watching him, he was only in like the 700s on his podcast. Now he's in the 1500s. And it's just kind of crazy because his opinions, I feel, have been manipulated by some of his guests. Like he has a lot of Navy SEALs on his show. And Navy SEALs are, pretty testosterone-packed gentlemen that have a lot of usually right-leaning politics, unfortunately. And I think they've kind of like manipulated him a little bit because Joe really wants to feel like a badass, and he definitely wants to feel like a real man, a real man, whatever that is. And I think part of that is putting some level of bravado out there. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's given a lot of great content to the world. I just think recently his stance on masks and freedom and like taxes have been a little bit out of line. And I don't know why exactly, but I'm not digging that. I see. Internet connection sucks, dude. I'm so sorry to hear that. Gremlin, good morning. How are you, ma'am? I hope you're feeling well. Hope your day is going well. I haven't gotten enough COVID deaths yet. Let's just not wear a mask. Listen, I'm actually at the point where if people don't want to wear a mask, that's cool. Just don't do it around me, and then we should be good. Because I'm not going to... I am not going to stop somebody, and I'm not going to force somebody to like put on a mask. But if you are potentially going to get me sick, then we have a problem. But if somebody's out there not wearing a mask and not hurting anybody, or they want to get together and not wear a mask, that's on them. I'm not going to be upset with that. They've been warned that COVID kills. They have made a choice to be lackadaisical about it, and if they choose to be in a large gathering and they get sick, I'm not going to feel sad. That's a choice that they made. The information has been put out there. If this gets into your body, you have like a blank amount chance to die. And you can't use like the overall numbers because everybody's different. If you're obese, if you have asthma, if you have underlying conditions that would definitely make this thing go crazy, yeah, you should probably put on a mask. I mean, a good person would wear a mask anyway. Whereas Air Force has low testosterone. Oh, I see what you did there, sir. That is definitely a false statement. Oh, man. Still in pain and ill. Oof. Keep resting up. Just keep resting up, and I hope that it will pass. I don't know exactly what you're dealing with, but I don't wish that on anybody. So there is just so much wrong in the world. But I was talking about Joe Rogan because I was watching his last, I guess, YouTube or first Spotify video. It's episode 1530. It's with Duncan Trussell. Now, for those of you that do not know who Duncan Trussell is, we should probably bring him up. Because Duncan Trussell is a very unique dude. It's this guy. Here, we'll bring up his Wikipedia. There you go. There's Duncan Trussell. He is 46 years old. He's 4 years older than me. He has the Midnight Gospel. Some of you guys might be familiar with that. It's on Netflix. He's a very funny individual. I actually really, really like Duncan Trussell. He's also very progressive in his politics. And I think he's one of the very few people that can kind of keep Joe Rogan grounded. And it's very nice. It's interesting. I mean, he's been on Adventure Time, which is one of my favorite cartoons in the entire world. He is a very good person. He's also big into psychedelics like I am. The Midnight Gospel is amazing. I wasn't going to watch the episode because I don't want to contribute to Joe's numbers. It just in general. But for Duncan Trussell, I'm in. I actually like Duncan Trussell enough. Let's see. Hi, Pimple. Nice to see you. Good morning. Hello. What's up? Nothing much. We're just getting the podcast started here. We're about 30 minutes in, I think. About that. So I ended up watching like the first 3 hours. It's actually a 5-hour podcast. Super long. And I guess the last 2 hours is where they really talk about like moving and leaving LA and just going on to different things. I think that Joe Rogan's going to have some issues in Texas. I think he will. But then again, he's rich enough to not have issues, if you know what I mean. Because we all know when you have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of issues. You just pay them, and then you have no issues. It's like, dude, fucking shows combined, a good animation show and a podcast. Yeah, I agree. The Midnight Gospel is amazing. I've seen like one episode only because I don't have Netflix. Out of all of Joe Rogan's friends that come onto his podcast on a regular basis, I think Duncan Trussell is probably one of my favorites. I mean, here you guys can't see it, but I'll just read it. He has a lot of guests like Dan Harmon. Dan Harmon's the creator of Rick and Morty. Very funny. Joey Diaz. He's funny too. I take some issues on a few things with that dude. But overall, I think he's a good person now in his life. I think he was a bad person before. I actually do not know who Ram Dass is. Tim Ferriss is okay. I think he gives a lot of people false hope. Bert Kreischer, his last stand-up special was okay. I thought it was pretty funny. It was called Hey Big Boy or something like that. As a person, I don't necessarily care for him. Like, I don't think I would go out of my way to hang out with him at all. Anyway, Joe Rogan has lots of guests. Most of them I actually do not like. But there are some like Hamilton Morris that I absolutely love. Hey, I want to address something yesterday at the end of the stream. I had to kind of... I ended at normal time. But eBay... So I sell things on eBay, and eBay took down one of my items for drug paraphernalia. They said that this was drug paraphernalia because you can squish marijuana out of it and get oil from it. So that's drug paraphernalia. I went round and round. It upset me so much at the end of the podcast when I saw the email. I had to end it so I could immediately contact eBay. And at the end, I just said... I can't argue because eBay has outsourced all of their customer service to India, and India has no cultural understanding of the U.S. or what our laws are or what things are. They don't even take the time to look. I was so frustrated. So they said I'm not allowed to sell those things, but I've been selling them on eBay for like over a year without any problems. He didn't even bother to take a look at all my other products. Literally everything I sell on eBay is this. But what happened, and I understand what happened. On Tuesday, I had somebody email me on eBay. Oh, wait, let me back that up. So I hired somebody from the Philippines to help me manage my listings. Helps me just because I'm only one person. I'm trying to be a full-time streamer. I'm trying to run a company. I'm trying to do many things. Only one item taken down? Yeah, only one item taken down. That's it. All the other 40 items of the same exact thing is the same, but I know what happened. So I hired this guy from the Philippines, and he's been wonderful. And when he came on, he reviewed the account. He's like, hey, we should put hemp in the title. And I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. I don't want that. Well, he ended up doing it after he asked eBay. He actually messaged eBay on a separate account. And he said, hey, can we use hemp in the title? And I don't think they really understood what he was asking. And they said, yeah, hemp is fine. Marijuana is not. So he was trying to increase my sales. And he wrote in one of them, hemp oil extraction. And so fast forward to Tuesday, somebody messaged me and said, hey, I want to do a rosin bag review on YouTube. Would you be willing to send some of your products to have them reviewed? And so I sent him back a message saying, hey, send me your YouTube channel. Let's go from there. Then 24 hours later, I got the email. Exactly 24 hours later, I got the email saying your listing has been removed for drug paraphernalia. And then I realized what happened. Hemp oil extraction never got the listing bot, never got the attention of the listing bot. But when that guy sent me a message on that specific listing, which was the first time anybody's ever like sent a question on that particular listing, I think what happened was the system caught it, flagged it for like review, and somebody was like, oh yeah, this is drug paraphernalia, and just like blew it up. And so since nobody's asked about any of my other stuff with those words in the title, they never got flagged. So I simply said, because it was only a 10-pack. It was like something I don't like to sell on eBay anyway. Because I don't make money when I sell 10 filters. I make money when I sell like 25 of these. Because 25 of these is $20. I just sold some a minute ago. And so I just went through and I took out the word hemp. I took out any reference to hemp oil extraction or hemp. Because it is only one of the things that you can use a filter bag for. This is what I was trying to tell the guy. I was like, dude, you could like squish essential oils in this. You could make tea with this. Like if you had loose leaf tea, you could just put it right in here, put it in your drink, and it's literally a nylon filter bag. Like I was trying to tell him, like, squishing hemp is only one of like the many things you can do with a screen. Anyway. He didn't understand, and all he kept on doing was quoting me DEA pages. And I'm like, it's a filter. It's not even a pipe. You can't smoke it. It doesn't do anything. It's literally a mechanical filter bag. Like you just put things in it. You could put sunflower stems in it, and you can squish it, and it'll just extract the fluids out of it and leave the plant material here. So anyway, that's my rant about eBay. They're not stupid. I get it. And it's my mistake because those terms were in the title and I had full control over that. Hopefully it will never happen again. I fixed it. And then I got on Amazon last night and these jerks. I'm so mad at everybody. But these guys, they're just so frustrating to list with. I don't even know if it's worth it. But the problem is this. The problem is I need to hire somebody that understands how to list things on Amazon. I need somebody to help me get through this. It's so bad. I'm afraid that if eBay sent me a message today saying all of your products have been removed for drug paraphernalia, the only place I could sell is on my website. Nowhere else. So I have to be very careful. I need to diversify. I need to get my products up on Amazon and start selling. What's your store name on Amazon? I actually don't know. There's nothing in it. There's no products there because I put one up last night. I woke up this morning. It says listing removed, but there's no reason. It just says listing removed. There's nothing. There's nothing I can do. I'm so frustrated. I'm absolutely so frustrated with Amazon and eBay right now. I need the drug war to end. I need this stupid stuff to end. Like literally, it's getting so frustrated. What is your? Oh yeah, there's a website right there. What's the store? I don't know what my store name is on Amazon. I'm gonna be honest here. I think it's called Rosin Bags. ROSINBAGS. That's where that's my store. I mean the store is rosinfiltersupply.com as well. And that's where I need to do it. So this brings me to my point. If you sell things on Amazon or eBay, just know that you're building your house on somebody else's property. The only way around that is to have your own website. You need to control your stuff. And so I think all in all, what I need to do is probably focus on my website, make it easier to shop on my website, and just accept all the payment options from all like Amazon Pay, PayPal, and credit card. And just accept all payments, make it super easy to work with. And then instead of paying my Amazon fees and my eBay fees, I just pay like Google search results and, just sell direct. I think that's the thing. Unless the platform you work on is actually nice to sellers, I don't know any platform that's nice to sellers. Get on wish.com. I can't because I sell actual like legit products that work. I don't think they'll let me on wish.com. Look, dudes just want to buy my filters to squish marijuana. I don't want to stop them. I mean, they're either going to buy it from me or buy it from somebody else. So I would prefer that they buy it from me. AliExpress. Well, is AliExpress? I'm not a seller, so I don't know. AliExpress is like really nice to buyers. I don't know if they're really nice to sellers because they feel like they need buyers more than they need sellers. So that's kind of an issue. I have shopped on AliExpress, and I would say that the experience was pretty decent. I don't think the experience on AliExpress was bad at all. Man, I actually sold 50 bags a few minutes ago. That's not bad at all. Making some money while we're podcasting. That's easy game right there. Easy game, no big deal. So I think, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to hire somebody just to come in, be the professional, somebody that's like certified to list on Amazon and just do it for me. I mean, as long as I make more money than what I'm going to pay, I mean, shouldn't it be that easy? I feel like it should be that easy. Just pay somebody like $200, just like get all my listings right, just hook it up, and then and then we just go from there. That might be the move. The problem is I don't know how to find these people. I don't know where to look for them. That's an issue. Online sales is hard. If you guys have never done online sales, it is one of the most challenging things because you have to know how to sell it online. The perfect title, the great description, the customer service, the shipping. There's so many things that could go wrong. Whereas if you just had a store, people show up, they walk themselves in, they get the product that they like, and they pay. Generally, they're there. The experience is all confined into one location in one area. And then it happens, you check out, and then you move on with your life. When you sell it online, you go through the same process virtually, and then you wait several days for the shipping to come in, and then you open up your package, and then you gotta go through that experience. So it's a very long, drawn out thing. And if you're not good at it or you don't have the patience, it can be a nightmare. It kind of takes their hands off, and dispute are handled directly through sellers themselves. I think they don't really care what you sell as long as. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they're all about making the money. It would be more than 200. I would have thought. Nah, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna hire somebody that's Amazon certified, and those are gonna be overseas locations. Like, so I'll hire somebody from the Philippines. They're gonna charge me like $10 an hour. It'll probably take them about half a week to get all my listings correct. I'll expect to pay them for 20 to 40 hours of their time to initially set up the store and the listings and make sure they're good to go. And then that's it. So no, for a handful of products, actually about 200 would probably be about where it's at. Jeff Bezos passed 200 billion net worth. It's nuts. It is nuts. Wealthy, like that level of wealth is insane. 1 billion is 1,000 1 millions. Most people, I would argue that probably 95% of the world's population will never know what it's like to make their first million. That's the crazy part. The first million is just the hardest. I guess after that, Jeff Bezos passed 200 million. His wife got like half. She got like $70 billion in the divorce. Could you imagine that? $70 billion to let a dude cheat on you. You gave him a few kids, but for $70 billion? Jesus. Those are ludicrous numbers. Most people have no idea like what the levity of those numbers, the gravity of that situation. His wife has a net worth of 60. Okay, sorry. I was off by 5. I have no idea. But it's a lot of money. Hey, I was actually pretty close. I said 70. I'm actually a little bit closer than I thought I was. Whatever. That's 6,500 1 millions. She became a millionaire 6,500 times over. That's insane. In my entire life, my personal, not my company, my personal wealth since the first time. So like, if there was a way that you could like scroll through your life and at the end have stats like amount of money ever earned, I would probably say in my entire lifetime, I have earned maybe around $2 million. Yeah, I would say that was my earning potential. Now, in business, my businesses have probably earned in the neighborhood of $20 to $30 million. Now, I don't have that money. Like, that money's gone. I'm saying from like age 8, because if you let's just say you work, let's say you get educated and you go get a job and you make $100,000 a year. And here in the US, that is fairly easy to achieve with a reasonable education and living near a city. I would say $100,000 a year is not impossible to reach for a lot of people. Then you do 20 years doing that job. That's $2 million. So that's not a lot of money, right? I'm not like trying to flex on anybody. I'm just trying to explain that my entire life, 42 years, I have in some form earned and spent about 2 million, maybe a little bit more, slightly more, maybe like 2.2. What I miss here? Hold on here. Let's go back. If he had 0.001% of his net worth, I'd still be rich. Dude, everybody would be. It's insanity at what level of richness he is. I'd definitely get cheated on for 70 billion. Yeah. I'd be like, baby, you can cheat all you want. Matter of fact, if you don't mind, I'll just pull up a chair so I can cry into the amount of money I'm about to have. I mean, I would still be hurt on a personal level, but at the same time, like, I could get through it with enough therapy, with enough money. So I guess it's possible. Absolutely. All right, remind me to marry you. Oh, God. You weren't wanted, sir. Oh, that's gotta be one of the worst things somebody could say to you. Like if I went up to a girl and I was like, "Hey, Miranda," or whatever. I don't know. I've never dated a girl named Miranda, so we'll use that. Hey, Miranda, I think you're cute. I had a crush on you like 2 years ago. And if her response was, "Oh, don't worry about it. You weren't actually wanted, sir," and then just walked off, I would actually feel my soul slowly cave in, and then oh man, you guys seeing this? The sleeves on my shirt are too small. I think I'm wearing like my son's shirt or something. My tattoo keeps floating in and out of it. And I'm a little self-conscious about my 18-year-old tattoo. I got this when I was 18. When I first joined the military, my friends came to my dorm room and they were like, hey, let's go get some tattoos. And I was like, all right. So I went over and I drew my tattoo and I said, "Can you put this on me?" And the lady was like, "Yeah." And I guess it was like her first day of tattooing because she went too deep and the ink doesn't look that good. Plus, it's like, how? Let me see. This is 24. Oh God, 24 years old. Oh Jesus, I'm almost dead. Cool. Cool. 2 million minus cost during that time. No. Not minus cost. I'm just saying, like, just straight up 2 million. I mean, yeah, I paid my bills with it. Like, I moved, I traveled, I took vacations, I did everything. But I mean, just no cost. Like, not just like my personal wealth in my bank account, that kind. Imagine she has someone to lose 65 billion. That would be awful. Yo, Lou, what's up, dude? Nice to see you. Welcome to the podcast this morning. Miranda. I think I know like one girl I went to school with in like fourth grade named Miranda. I don't think I've ever met another Miranda. Oh, Berta. Gross. Hey, it's Vag. What's up, dude? Nice to see you. Welcome to the podcast. We're about midway through almost. Hi, Gigi. Oh, I like that. I actually like that emote. That's pretty cool. My partner is 1-2, but it's supposed to be a barbed wire. He's 47, so he looks bad too. Oh, he feels so bad. Feels so bad. Hey, he probably went through like the Pamela Anderson phase. And listen, I'm sure he's still a respectable individual. Remember when Pamela Anderson did that one like action movie and she was supposed to be like this giant badass? You guys probably don't remember it. I think it was actually called Barbed Wire. Anyway, she had a barbed wire tattoo and they named the movie around her tattoo. Insane. Absolutely insane. Hello, my friends. If you guys are just tuning in, it's nice to have you. We do this live on Twitch. Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then it gets uploaded the next day to YouTube. So it's very nice to have you guys here. I usually start off just having a chat. We just see where it goes. It's a community podcast, so it's really cool. And cringe. Hey, Pamela Anderson back in the day, she was it. Oh my God, you know how many guys just they loved her so much. So, I mean, I don't know if that's the reason why he went and got the tattoo, but I'm just saying there's a lot of dudes that probably wouldn't put it, probably be like, "That's hot. Can I get barbed wire around my ankle?" Phineas and Ferb was amazing to watch as a kid. I watched Phineas and Ferb only a little bit, only when my kids were watching it, like Perry the Platypus and stuff like that. Yeah, no clue who Pamela Anderson is. Sir, are you trolling me? Are you... Okay, hold on. We're doing this. I wasn't going to do it, but now I'm doing it. Hold on. I gotta make sure I pick up... I pull up respectable pictures of this lady. Hold on, barbed wire. I need to... Hold on. Is this it? Well, there's no. I just gotta make sure there's like no titties or anything. Like I don't want to pull this up on my screen and like, you know, her hoo-ha is just sitting out there for everybody. Hold on, here we go. This is the tattoo, right? Hold on, I'm trying to. Is this it? This is Pamela Anderson. Just so you know, she was married to Tommy Lee. And there's the barbed wire tattoo. She was in the action film and everything. She looks a little rough right now, but how old is she? Wait, how old is she? See, she was married to Tommy Lee, and he was the drummer for Motley Crue. I actually really dig his music. They have a sex tape together. Listen, I'm trying to sell you. They had a sex tape together on a boat, and it was like world famous. So listen, if you didn't know her, I'm sure you'll be looking for her now. I know what guys want. They just want to know that there's a sex tape, and then poof, there we go. Shut the door. Shut the door. No, Motley Crue. Oh my God, I am dating myself so much here. Let me show you Motley Crue, the band, good sir. Good sir. This, I'm going to flip back and forth, I guess. This is Motley Crue back in the big hair day. Oh my God, look at these fine ladies. Four of these guys just going ham. That's Tommy Lee right there, I believe. Anyway, a lot of heroin, a lot of cocaine, a lot of women. And yeah, they're in rough shape now. But back in the day, man. Oh, this is when they got back together. Look at these badasses. That's Tommy Lee right there. I think this is Nikki Sixx. I don't know. These are crazy pictures, man. Really crazy. That's Motley Crue. They were like one of my favorite like hair bands in the 80s and early 90s. I loved these guys. Most women in Hollywood messed up their face with plastic surgery, which is so unfortunate. No locks on the door, though? Oof, that is bad. You're going to need to build yourself like a box and weld it completely shut, just enough to where you can squeeze in there, and that way nobody can see what you're up to. Hey, Jack, there was actual Coke and Coca-Cola back in the day. That's a true story, my dude. That's why it's so good. The taste of cocaine. Talk about getting your morning started. All you need is a cup of tea and a good line or two of cocaine. Your friendly neighborhood cocaine, of course. Jesus. Yeah, I'm glad they don't put it in there anymore. Otherwise, the kids would always put it on the grocery list, for sure. Actually, I thought they were just talking about it. Somebody was talking about it the other night, where they still put it in for the flavor, but it's not like processed cocaine like it was, or something to that effect. She has some potential to be in. I don't know. I don't think I could. I don't think Pamela Anderson is not. She's not my cup of tea, I guess you could say. They probably get killed as a company. Maybe. I mean, you can still put the leaves in there, but you can't put like processed cocaine in there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Pamela Anderson. I'm not really into the ladies like her. I'm not saying she's bad. I'm just saying, like, I'm not really into blondes. And I don't really like what she stands for. She's a little crazy. She's like a super animal activist now and a huge vegan. And then she removed her breast implants. I don't know why. I don't know if she did it because she just didn't want them anymore or if she was having an issue. I mean, that has nothing to do with, like, why I don't like her or anything. I'm just saying, like, she used to swing. How do I phrase this? So when she was married to Tommy Lee plays the piano, and actually he's really good at it. And he said that she would be naked and swinging inside their house while he was down there playing piano and coming up with music. That would be interesting. My wife doesn't do that for me. There's no swing in the house. Like, she doesn't swing just naked. That's like, what a lucky dude. Right? Just to have just a naked chick swinging around while you play the piano. God, what kind of karma, positive karma, do you have to have that happen? That's what I want to know. Like, I've seen bad karma, I've seen good karma, but that karma is something I have never seen. Ah, it's so crazy, so crazy. Hey, kids, don't go to school, consume the cocaine. Well, you can do the leaves, which give you a little bit of energy. Just don't process it with diesel and stuff like that. You don't like those, huh, Daniel? I've seen both, and I don't think I have an issue with either. Doesn't bother me. That actually doesn't bother me. Doja Cat can get it, really. I don't know much about Doja Cat. I mean, I was listening to the songs the other day, but I mean, she's an attractive lady. I don't know much about her though. That's the only thing. Let's see. Holy crap, she's only 24 years old. Wow. She's fairly young. Yeah, I don't know much about her, but yeah, I mean, I love her music. We were jamming to it the other day. What? Yeah, I've seen real and fake, Daniel, and I'll be honest, fake doesn't bother me either. Not even a little bit. I used to think that it would. I was always like, nah, I only want the real thing. But to be honest, it didn't take away from the experience. If they're realistic, then it's all right. But if they're just way too round and too unnatural, I wouldn't want like botched surgery or anything. That would be extreme. I don't want botched surgery. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we should probably move on. Oh man, first day of school starts tomorrow. For a lot of schools around here, everybody's doing virtual school, but it's kind of crazy because there's a lot of people that are not doing virtual school and they're actually sending their kids to school. I don't know how many people watching have kids. I assume like one, like Eros, but as a parent, I can't in good faith like send my kids to school. Like, even if I had to go to work, even if like I had no choice or anything like that, the risk of losing my child or getting sick through my child is just too great. I'm not trying to soapbox or anything. Everybody has their own bridge to cross. But I don't think I could cross that bridge. I think it's just a bridge too long for me. Let me see. Like, if it looks like it was just slapped, like bolted on. Yeah, actually, there's a subreddit I think called "Bolted On" or something where they make fun of bad boob jobs. That's true too. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want a woman to go get boobs. Like, it's not important. I had a friend that I worked with, and he did buy his wife some boobs. And I mean, he never like showed him off or anything like that, but he always told us, he was like, yep, I got him. Like, somebody would make fun of him, like, dude, you bought your wife some boobs. He'd be like, yeah, and they're awesome. They're super awesome. You should too. Like, he was so like, just so confident. Like, he had no issues with saying that. Like, you couldn't like clown on him at all. I wish I had a choice, but unfortunately our government is stupid. Yeah, that is super unfortunate, dude. But like, for those places that have a choice, like, for instance, some of my family in Florida, whereas they were given a choice. They could go remote only or in school. And their mom decided to send them to school. There was no reason to. There was no needed to. She just felt like they needed the social interaction, and they were driving her crazy at home. So she signed up her kids to do in school only. It's I don't know what you say to those people. How do you not love your children? Link that subreddit. No, I'm going to go ahead and just search for it, man. Just search Bolt. Just if you go onto your Reddit app and go search subreddit and type, or go to subreddit and type in Bolt, and I bet you'll find it. Let's see, man. Try to go and search Thanos. Hey, what's up, Dark? Nice to see you. And click on the Infinity Gauntlet. Dude, I actually like that movie. I liked the Infinity Gauntlet. At first, I didn't think I would. Hold on. I don't think I should do this, but I just make sure I'm giving you the right information. I actually have never searched this. Let me see. Yeah, it's the first one, dude. Just type in Bolt, and it's the first one. There you go. You'll have fun all day long. I'm not sending my baby to the plague houses yet. Neither am I. I'm not doing that at all. That sounds super, super bad. Click on Infinity Gauntlet. Try to do this. Yeah, man, I'll try later. That's like a whole different topic. Try to click on the gauntlet. So, yeah, that movie was a lot of fun. I don't know when the next Marvel movie is going to come out next for, like... Is there another Avengers movie on the schedule? Let me actually look at that. Movie schedule. I don't know if Infinity Wars was the last one. Let me see. Is there someone with, like... Let me see. If I was 18 now, I wouldn't know if I'd stay home only or school only. Is choosing between mental health and the risk of getting sick. Yeah, I don't know how you bring that together. Let's see. We have the internals. Hold on. I'm looking through. Oh, ew, Spider-Man. Thor, Love and Thunder. Great movie series. I actually really enjoy Thor. Thor Ragnarok was awesome. Now this is what I'm waiting for. I love Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange movies are the bee's knees right here. So the Multiverse of Madness, I'm in. How do I buy my tickets now? This one, I feel like it's going to be kind of weird. Black Panther 2, did they already finish shooting it? Because we just lost the main character. So, I don't know. Captain Marvel 2. I've never seen Captain Marvel 1, but I've heard it was excellent. I just have not seen it yet. And Brie Larson is... I think she's excellent. Brie Larson's a cool human being. I've watched some of her latest stuff. Like, she did the Hot Ones on YouTube. Has anybody seen that? YouTube Hot Ones, Brie Larson. I won't play it or anything like that. Did I spell it right? Like, if you guys want to see a fun episode because it's all in quarantine, she's like in her own house and they're doing it over video. You guys can check this one out if you guys want, later or whatever. Actually, I thought it was a pretty cute episode. I follow these guys anyway, and I think that was pretty cool. Anyway, going back to the Marvel movies, let's take a look at this. Ant-Man 3, no thanks. I'm not a Paul Rudd fan. Not that he's a bad guy. He's not the type of actor that I connect with. I'm just looking for, it doesn't look like more on Phase 4. I just want to know if there is another Avengers movie or if we're done. I think maybe we're done. Avengers movie schedule. Yeah, I don't see anything. Like Time Magazine. Hold on one second. Hey, good for you, Ace. Nice to see you this morning. Bolt comes up with Usain Bolt. Oh, maybe you're getting a different version of Reddit. Bolt on. How about that? Type in Bolt on, and it should be the first one. Earlier this year, I was in a bad state. I got unorganized and way too little exercise, so I actually gained a few pounds. Dude, you can work that off. At your age, listen, I tell everybody this. Once you hit 30 years old, it becomes a lot more difficult to work it off. Like, you really have to put in some effort. And at 40 years old, I got to double my efforts to match what you can do in exercise. I could probably still get pretty decent. Look at my tan line. My tan line is so egregious. Holy cow. This is how white I'm going to be in the winter, and this is as dark as I get in the summer. Holy cow. It is so obvious on the camera. I love this. Not a Paul Rudd fan either. He's way too similar to other dad-like actors. Yeah, like I don't know if like I said, I'm sure he's a perfectly nice guy. Like I don't have anything like, but he's not like charismatic, I guess, in the same way that some of the other dudes like, take a Robert Downey Jr. or take like The Rock, for example, right? You connect with him on a different level. Where Paul Rudd, I feel like you need to like actually be exposed. He's a lot like me, not in like the wealth or anything. Like I'm just saying, like you need to be like actually exposed to Paul Rudd for a little length of time to get to know whether he's somebody that you want to watch. And so, yeah, but like within 30 seconds of meeting like The Rock, Jack Black, Will Ferrell, like it just oozes out of them, right? You're like, you either know in 30 seconds whether you like them or you don't. I feel like Paul Rudd is one of those where like, yeah, I should probably hang out with this guy like 20 or 30 minutes to get all of that I need, to recognize the situation. If I wouldn't have the internet right now, let's just say, I don't know if my hunt will listen, man. I'm so glad that we didn't have to do this in like the 80s and the 90s. If the coronavirus came in the 80s and 90s and we had to sit in our house with the crappy TV and wait for our local news to come out and tell us something, I think we would have had a lot higher suicide rates. I think people would have gone bananas. But this happened. Yeah, Jack Black, a huge crush on him? Really? I just watched his last episode of Jablinski, his little podcast that he does. I can dig some Jack Black. At first, he was a little rough, a little strong for my liking, but it ended up being all right. I actually like him. Unjacked, get a spray tan. I'll show up just bright orange with like raccoon eyes one day for the podcast, and you guys will be like, "What the heck is that?" Oh man, dude, I am thankful that if we're gonna have a pandemic, that it's happening now while we have the internet. At least we can like do stuff. Yeah, Jack Black. I don't have a huge crush on him myself, but he's a fine gentleman. I like what he brings to the table. I don't like Dwayne Johnson too much, but I don't mind him. I think he's actually a really good human being. He's an entertainer, and he's very good at what he does, and his dad did the same. I think he's a positive influence to a lot of people, to communities, and I have a high regard for Dwayne Johnson. And as a person, I like him too. But I've seen a lot of the stuff that he's done. As a fellow American, I'm exposed a little bit more, to local like information, I guess. Like if you live in Europe, why you would give two shits about The Rock, I don't know. Other than like he's a big movie star. But I see like the things he does, the charities, the content that he makes on YouTube, just over the course of time. I would say that Dwayne Johnson is actually one of the best human beings that we have to offer. Yeah, I absolutely love Jack Black, though, with a great personality. I think, you got two very different personalities. You have somebody like Jack Black plays a great, like, deprecating, self-analyzing, self-loathing, but fun type of, like, content that has humility. He's your average dude, right? He's just some fat dude with a great personality, with musical talent. He's funny, he's engaging, he's radical, he's like all these things. The Rock is more of a polished, he works out, he's absolutely shredded. Like he's your everyman's like, dream of getting guns like he has. Like he oozes a different type of personality. But at the end of the day, they're both doing amazing things for the world. And Jack turned himself into an avocado seed. Heck yeah. I didn't see Jumanji. I did not see that. I don't like when they remake movies. I think the last one they did was fine. We didn't need to do it again. Robin Williams did a great job. No need to go any further. I liked him in Fast and Furious. Actually, not watched. I think I've watched like one a long, long time ago, and he was in it. I think he was like in South America, whatever, and he's chasing like Vin Diesel or something like that. You know who? You know where? Hey, do you know where he killed it? I think The Rock killed it in G.I. Joe. Please don't hate me for that. I think he absolutely kills it there. One of his first movies was Walk Tall, I think it was. He was really good in that movie. You know where? Hey, you know where else he's fantastic? SNL, Saturday Night Live with The Rock is so good. There's only a few that are better. Like Justin Timberlake kills Saturday Night Live. I would argue that Garth Brooks did such a great job on Saturday Night Live. Still one of my favorites. Yeah, I would say The Rock is probably top notch as far as Saturday Night Live guest goes. Absolutely. Oh man. Yeah, I don't dig movies like that. I'm not big into it. I already hated the trailer. Oof. Oof. That's bad. When you hate the trailer, that's like the best that they have to offer. The movies these days are often remakes because they are safe titles and they know will pull in an audience based on nostalgia baiting. I've watched too much YouTube content on film theory. You're absolutely right. Team No Life. Hey, I'm Team No Life too. Like literally, I left my house yesterday. My son needed something from the gas station, and I drove him there, and I drove him back. Other than that, I have been in my house for like the last 4 days. I mean, I just sit in here. I'm Team No Life as well. Rewatch the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift movies. I can't do that. Like, I'm just not a movie person. But once in a while, if somebody catches me right and they're like, hey, I'm going to throw this movie up. I know you're laying here anyway, and you probably don't want to leave. So I'm going to put this movie up here because you're trapped. Would you like to watch it with me? And I'm like, yeah, of course I do. What do you think I'm going to do? Leave? I don't think so. Well, I can figure out that out without watching Film Theory. It's pretty obvious. I actually really like Film Theory, though. I think Matt Pat does a great job. I left my house 4 times this year. My property, that is. Yeah, the only time I leave my property is to go to the grocery store. That's it. Like, I got Chinese takeout once. For the first time, that was 2 weeks ago that we had Chinese takeout. And then I got Burger King, like last week for everybody. So since March, that's the only takeout that we've had. We have like collapsed into our property completely. I left my house to water my plants. Perfect. Well, it's Florida anyway, and it's so hot outside. I wouldn't want to go outside anyway. Even if there wasn't COVID, I'd be stuck in my house if I lived in Florida. Probably about 80 times for me. That's insane. It's too much. Like, I just don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. Like, it's so easy to get COVID. I don't want it. That would feel so bad. You know what I mean? It's just absurd to think that people are still, like, just going out. Like, just casually, like, hey, I'm going to run to the store for something that they don't need. But it happens. It happens very much. I don't know. I don't know if it gets better, is my point. I guess. They say that there might be a vaccine earlier than they thought. Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci. Here, we'll go to this. Let me see if I can find it real quick for you guys. Here, let me go ahead and blow this up. I know you guys can't really, like, see it. So let me... there you go. It's somewhere on here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Good news right here. Fauci predicts safe and effective coronavirus vaccine by the end of the year. Will you guys take it? If it's offered, will you take it? Or do you wait? What do you guys think? Does anybody have an opinion on that? I'm just curious. Do you take, like, if they rushed it a little bit, but it's like 90% safe. Let's just say 80%, right? Just like there could be a few more side effects they weren't like predicting or anything. Do you take it? When I took a train earlier, my best friend was on there too, and we're happy to see each other again. Hey man, I miss everybody. Like I totally get it. Like I miss everybody. I miss having dinner with my family, my extended family. I miss like doing all these things. And we'll have it again. We will. I promise we'll have it again. But I can understand that feeling. In September? Ugh. Well, wait, hold on. Oh, it's way too hot in September. Yeah, I can't do the weather down there. It's too smothering. The weather in Georgia and Florida is just so overwhelming. If it's true, I'm going to remember this moment forever, dear future me. With time, you'll be. Oh, geez, this person. I'm just stick it in my veins. He didn't say which year. Ooh, got him, Mr. Temple over here. Fauci saying this. That's very promising. There's no reason for him to be misleading in this regard. That I don't know. I don't know myself if I step up for this. I don't know. Hold on 1 second. I don't know if I step up for this because I'm afraid that it's being rushed. I'm also afraid to take a less effective vaccine if a more effective vaccine will come out in following months. Would I be able to have both? You know, like they don't know. Well, we don't know anything about these vaccines yet. I am not an anti-vaxxer. I am not. What I am trying to do is stay alive. And I don't know if these are being rushed. I mean, if Fauci is saying it, I will agree that I trust him. I trust him over anybody else. Like, he is my source. I feel like he's earned that trust. I just don't know if this is real. And then who gets it first, and then the whole thing's nuts to me. When there's a vaccine, I'll need to convince my parents to let me take it. Jesus Christ, man. Just tell them if they love you. 90% is good enough. I've been pretty healthy my whole life. Yeah, but what if that 10% is really bad, dude? What if it was like you have a 10% chance of like getting permanent brain damage or something? I mean, I don't think they'd put out a vaccine that would do that. But what if, man? If it's that critical that we need a vaccine right now, what's to say that doesn't happen? Do you know? I mean, I wouldn't want that. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want that at all. Man, I can't believe I'm actually almost out of tea. This is nuts. I don't know. We're going to find out, though. But I just want to share that news. I read it the other day, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So on its own, yeah, I think it's worth keeping up with. If I read something else, any kind of updates or anything, I'll let you know, of course. But I don't think I would take it. I feel like I would need to wait at least 30 days after like the first rounds of it. Like I don't want to be the first wave. I don't want to be in the test group, is what I'm saying. Like I'll definitely be in the second wave. If everything goes right and like numbers like go way down because of the vaccine, yeah. If we trusted our government and big pharma overall more, yeah, their asses. People wouldn't have these reasonable fears. Well, that's the problem. We already know that it's money over people. And when you know it's money over people, it's really hard to be like, yeah, I'm on board. Yeah, sign me up. I'm good. Because we know that they don't value us. They don't value the individual. They only value the collective and how you can extract money from them. That's it. There's no other like angle or anything like that. But it'd be nice to have a government that I trust once in a while. I feel like when I was, when we had Obama, I don't want to go Obama versus Trump, but I can at least say the last president, I felt okay. I didn't have to like run to the news to see what messed up thing happened today. I actually could focus in on like making money for my family, having nice dinners with people, like going out and enjoy myself. I miss that. It was a well-rested time in American history. Now I'm just tired. I mean, there's only so much information I'm willing to read about riots and killing and dumb decisions and withdrawing from the WHO and just the endless cycle of distraction and everything else. Surely you guys are probably tired of that as well. I am just exhausted from just a personal perspective. And then Big Pharma, we know that like they don't want us to not use them. They have every incentive in the world to sell us medicines that we don't need as well. And that's disturbing in plenty of ways. Man, I feel like there's not much good news. Come on, there must be some kind of good news out there, right? Is there not, good sir? There must be. There's good news. I would say, let me see, what else is good news? You know what? There was something. All right, we are gonna talk about sex a little bit. All right. So for you young people, close your ears. And I'm going to talk about this because I kind of feel like in a roundabout way, it's kind of important. Hold on, let me bring it up real quick. I gotta get to the subreddit where I last saw it. It's a meme. It's a meme, but I think it goes deeper, and this is why I just kind of want to talk about it real quick. I hope you guys are willing to entertain my my thoughts on this. Hold on. There's this one. It just take me a second to look at it. Please. All right, so it's about Onlyfans. Does everybody here understand and know what Onlyfans is? Very tired of the thought of 4 more years of this. Makes me want to see what countries are accepting Americans claiming asylum. I agree. No, not sex like we're gonna discuss sex. I mean like the topic is going to be more of a sexual nature, but not in the way you guys probably think. All right, just so you know, I'm trying to find the post. Please, if not, I'll just go from the hip here. But essentially, it's this guy on Twitter. Please, I should have pulled this up. I wasn't even thinking about this earlier. So this guy. No, come on. Is this it? Hold on 1 second. This isn't it. No. All right. So essentially, this guy posts on Twitter that sex workers should all be either retrained or put into prison. That they should not be allowed to provide sex workers. And just so we're clear, this is where I feel. I feel like sex work should be legalized. And not because I can't wait to get in there, but because we should tax it. Like, people are going to do it anyway. It's the oldest like form of employment that exists. So I'm fine with sex work. I don't want to see them in jail. I want to see them, taken as any other profession and allow the world to just enjoy it for what it's worth because they're going to do it anyway. So there's zero reason not to do it. So anyway, this guy basically puts up there, F sex workers, all that, and I was laughing because then there's another part underneath it that basically he starts talking about talking to this girl and asking her what her Instagram is, and how he's like, "Hey, I'll check out your OnlyFans too, but can I get your Instagram so I can check out what I'm getting before I buy it?" And then, so they put the two, his anti-sex worker with him trying to get in with a sex worker, and the hypocrisy that goes with it. I guess we're not going to actually like talk about sex, but what I mean is we're going to talk about the topic of sex and sex workers. I don't understand why people fight it so much. I mean, literally. Hey, yo, Pinas, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Oh my God. Also, I'm so tired of people having issues with sex workers. I agree. The thought that you can't post sex work on Craigslist bothers me. Not because I'm looking, but like, especially right now, like people need food. People need like stuff. And if somebody felt like they could sell a little bit of ass tonight and pay their electric bill tomorrow, I don't know if I want to hate them for it. Pay your taxes, make sure you're safe, go get a health check once in a while so we're not spreading disease amongst our communities, and then we all move on. It's not a huge deal. Most countries are fine with it. It's the seedier side of life. But, like you just said, supply and demand. Biologically, we are programmed, absolutely programmed to, to do that. That's my hot take. I agree with that. Like, I just don't think that it's harmful to anybody as long as it's two adults, or more consenting. Then I don't see us as a society having to really worry about that. Now, I'm not going to encourage people to go and get into the sex work trade. But at the same time, why we publicly shame people for it is just beyond me. I don't understand that whatsoever. Oh, God. Oh, that was a good one right there. That was deep. Some of these burps are just so good. I'm glad that we get to share them together. You know what I mean? I'm just looking one more time. I don't think that I just don't think. Yeah. Sex workers are underneath a lot of stress lately. And I feel so bad for them. Like, who gives a shit? Two people want to go and fuck for an hour. I don't see why it's any of our business. People. Oh, wait. Is this it? Oh, no, that wasn't it. All right, never mind. So my point is, like I understand that we don't want human trafficking. I understand that we don't want a sex trade per se, but at the same time, I think we can do both. I think we can fight human trafficking and still allow. I see. I didn't mean that. I meant into. Oh, no. A lot of men really don't deserve to be. I mean, incels, yeah. Again, I'm still working on not being, yeah. Like, yo, I don't want people more to do. So why do you find it? I know. The problem with it, a lot of people don't understand from like a men's point of view. Like a men's point of view is the testosterone gets a lot. It's like a poison. I try to explain this as a poison. Like chemically, we're just bags of chemicals. But men in particular, we have testosterone. And testosterone can make you do a lot of dumb things. And the more you get out of your system, the less toxic it is. Go and enjoy yourself. It's worth it. Like Eros said, like y'all men would benefit from some more titties. I agree. There's zero reason to not enjoy yourself like that. I think the world needs it. I think it should happen. Bring back the old saloons where you go in and the ma'am is right there. Hello, ma'am. How are you? And she's like, good evening, good sir. Would you like to buy me a drink? And perhaps we can retire upstairs to the bedroom. Like that right there is the way we should still have our society to some degree. Yo, what's up, Sir Nicholas? What is happening, my friend? Nice to have you. I don't know. I just don't think it's a bad thing, and I don't think it's something that we should shun people. I think it's just one of those situations where we have too many conservative prudes that feel like it's shameful for some reason, but they love to engage in it. I can't tell you how many Republicans I see getting busted for being a John or like flirting in a very business type of way with prostitutes. It's always the case. Like, man busted at Asian massage parlor for asking for a happy ending. And then, it goes on to say, Republican representative for state, House of Representatives, blank, blank, busted today at the local Asian masseuse parlor. It never fails. Like 9 out of 10 times, it's always the conservatives being busted for it. And I think it's for a good reason too. I think it's because they were primarily sexually deprived from a very young age, and a lot of it is self-induced, much like incels, and they grow up and they have all this testosterone building in them, but they're like, but it's so shameful to go rent this woman for an hour and have an intimate relationship with her. They can't do it because they feel like everybody in their community is going to shame them for it. So they go do it in the most illegal way possible, and then bam, they get busted and everybody knows anyway. I just don't understand. There's like little benefits to being conservative. I don't understand people that resign themselves to conservative thinking or lifestyle. Like, how many people would really want to be Amish? Because conservative is like one rung down from that. And then you have the next layer, which is faux conservative, where they want to be conservative, but there's no way they are all in. So they'll watch the Fox News, they'll enjoy being racist and misogynist and everything else, but they'll still be doing all that shady shit that they should be against on the side. But they'll never, ever say, like, oh, they're part of the problem. No, sir. I agree. I believe femininity is healing, y'all. Let us love freely. Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. I love the ladies. And I think they should be free to exercise what they've been given. They've been given the opportunity to make money using their body if they so choose to. I just hope that they're safe. I hope people will respect them, and I hope that they will be treated like any other professional would. There you go. That is my that is the most PC way I can put it. Now, whether I would visit a prostitute, I think I would. I mean, if I was in the situation like a lot of men find themselves, right? Let's just picture myself. I live in Las Vegas. My wife left me for another handsome fella that she met at the casino. And I'm lonely. I don't want to get married. I don't want to have another relationship. But I kind of would like to release some stress. I would imagine going down and hiring, somebody for an hour or two to make me feel better would be harmless. It's a victimless crime, other than not paying your taxes. That's the only thing. Make sure you pay your taxes. Those taxes are what's going to put new roads down and make sure that the community has stuff. So make sure you pay those. We just need more people working. And what that work is, as long as you're not hurting somebody, I just don't see the downsides for the community. I'm sure there's plenty of people that would disagree with that, but I think my progressiveness is showing, and I'm sure I'll probably get some hate mail for this. Hey, Unjacked, I don't really like what you said about sex work. I don't think women should be selling themselves. I don't know. Are they comfortable with it? Women can go be strippers. I don't see what's the difference, going one step above, you know what I mean? So if they can be strippers, I think they should be able to do whatever they want. I don't think it's up to me to tell a woman what to do with her body. As long as she's not harming anybody. That's it. Or men for that. Listen, I know I'm actually focused on the women part, but men too. There are a lot of lonely women, right? I mean, there's a lot of widows, like maybe in their 50s. husband passed away unexpectedly, maybe on the job accident. She's a little bit too old. She doesn't want to engage. She's been married for 30 years. She doesn't want to start over and date. But she can turn to a service that will take away her sadness for a night or two here and there. And I think she should be allowed to. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Supply and demand. I agree. Love should not be criminalized. There you go. That's probably a t-shirt or a bumper sticker somewhere. I have no clue. But I mean, I think that it should be fine to do that. No big deal. No big deal. Wow. These were subjects I was not planning on touching on these subjects today. Just so everybody knows, I did not come here with an agenda like that. Yeah, y'all men can get in on this too. It's not women's fault. For peen is the demand for peen is low. No, the demand for average peen is low. I think the demand for pretty good peen is still there. I think it's oversaturated with averageness. Oh man, but listen, men, women, and everything in between. There's a demand for it everywhere. Like I was telling my daughter the other night when I went to Thailand, there's this place. There's this like little like town inside of the city, and it literally across like its like gate of going through is called Boys Town, and oh, yeah, we're going next year. And what you see, and this is kind of funny, because I didn't know that this kind of stuff existed. And somebody had pointed out, like, hey, look over there. And all it is like these really small, like, hairless Thai males in, like, the skimpiest leather shorts, like, just enough to cover the bits. No shirts and, like, leather boots. And they're all like just smoking cigarettes, hanging out on the scooters, just smoking away. And I'm like, who the hell goes here? Come to find out, it's like the hot spot for older European men to go and have gay relationships on their vacation. No, they're not ladyboys. They're not ladyboys. Like the ladyboys are in the bars. I have seen the ladyboys. But this particular small little corral, like it's like 3 blocks. And it's all made for like older European gentlemen to go and have, but that's a derogatory term. Is it? Wait, is ladyboys a derogatory term? In Asia, that's literally what they call them. Like if you go into the bar and ask, or anything like that, you know, they'll tell you like, we have a ladyboy here. Like that's what they call them. Like, I don't even mean it in a derogatory sense, but, that's literally what they call them. I mean, I understand we have different names for them here, but that's like a huge selling point over there. There's ladyboys everywhere here. Yes, it is really. That's just what they call them. In Asia, it isn't. Well, we don't really have... I mean, I guess when I think of ladyboys, I'm specifically thinking about Asia. I never heard any American refer to another American as a ladyboy. Well, that's interesting. That is actually interesting. I mean, we've joked about it, but again, every time you say the term ladyboy, it's usually 9 out of 10 times, I would think, you're referring to a male dressing up as a female that has not had a sex reassignment surgery, and they do it, and they do refer to themselves as a ladyboy. That's interesting. In Asia, it isn't. I've never heard of anybody say the word to somebody else. I've never had a friend talk about American ladyboys. I think it's just different, because ladyboy refers to like one style of males dressing as females. particularly in a bar setting in Asia. I don't think I've ever heard anybody use the term here in America. I think most Americans know the term, but that's generally because we've been exposed to it like on TV and stuff like that. Exactly when Americans use it here, it's usually derogatory towards it. Well, usually they'll say terrible things. Well, and I said it too. I didn't know better. When in the past you would say, "Oh, the trannies, yeah, you go down there, the trannies down there." Right? It's a terrible thing now, obviously, because I don't want to denigrate anybody. But that's the kind of language that you would say if you were trying to be derogatory to somebody. I don't think calling them ladyboys, in my eyes, would feel derogatory. But even if it was used here, that's just interesting. I've never considered the term in this kind of like setting. But yeah, I could see how it could be derogatory. But again, over there, I think it's actually kind of I don't know if it's a positive, but it's more of like the accepted, like this is what we call them kind of thing. I don't know. I don't really travel in those circles, and I certainly wouldn't want to hurt somebody's feelings whether I travel in a circle or not. So the last thing I want to do is offend somebody. Life's too short for hate. I've heard it from older conservatives in my family about trans people. Don't worry, we aren't being derogatory. This is a learning moment. It is. It's a very good learning moment. I don't have a problem like having adult conversations here. I think they're worth having. I think these types of conversations, when they're not outlined in hate and with an agenda, I think they travel a little bit closer to the soul. Yeah, I think it's okay to have these conversations. My intent would never be hate. I've watched documentaries on the ladyboy culture. Oh, I've seen it though. I've seen it live. I've actually had like a drink with a ladyboy. I mean, not like that, but like I've been in bars and like there was a lady boy over here that worked at the bar, and then there was other like bartenders, the owner and stuff like that. So like I've actually engaged, in that kind of arena, I guess. I've never like made out with a ladyboy or anything. That would be, it would be fine, I guess, right? Who cares? I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I'm all for people doing whatever they want. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. I am happy just the way I am. I'm not going to hate somebody. Like I said, the last thing I need, this is what we're going to end on. The last thing I ever want is for the day that I die. I don't want anybody to be able to turn to somebody else and just say, the world didn't lose that much. Or, I don't want people to think that I was racist, that I was hateful, that I was anything other than a good human being. Like, I'm an atheist. I'm not going to heaven. I'm not going to hell. But I would like to know that I will be remembered for at least one generation as a decent dude to know. Like, actually, he will be missed. That's all I want. You can almost compare to that culture to our New York ballroom a little bit. Oh, that's a fair point. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of like beauty and stuff like that travels in that circle. Like it's an interesting circle. I guess I don't know. I don't really know. I just know that at the end, I just want people to know that I was a decent person, that I had something to say that was positive. I added something to the world instead of took something away. And the last thing I need is somebody to just think that I was a hateful human being and I didn't deserve to go out naturally. Like, I don't want people, just a few parallels. No. I can see the parallels in your point, for sure. I can see that. I don't know. Life's too short. I'll be gone before you guys know it. Maybe I have another 40 years if I'm lucky. And the same goes for you. Time is a drop in a bucket. We're all gone. Before we know it, we're all gone. 40 snuck up on me real quick. I thought 30 was fast. 40 felt faster. And I I just want you guys to remember me as a good dude that liked to laugh, that had something to offer, that was nice to hang out with, and I think I could die a happy man if I had that. You know, when I am on my deathbed for whenever that is, I just want to know that there's no regrets. There's nothing to take back. That I didn't do something that I didn't feel was egregious to somebody else. You know, I didn't hurt somebody. I didn't, you know, I don't know. I'm sure I did along the way. I'm sure we all do unintentionally. I would hope. But for the most part, I have no regrets. I think I did everything that I wanted to do. And I hope you feel the same. But listen, it's time to wrap this up. It's time to play marbles. If you just watched this on YouTube, thank you so much. If you made it this far on YouTube, I am fairly confident that you will watch my future podcasts as well. It's assuming you even relatively enjoyed anything that I had to say. If you made it this far, I appreciate your time. You just gave me almost 2 hours of your life. That is meaningful to me. And I appreciate every time somebody comes in here and watches. This is how it goes. I'm ending the video for my YouTube crowd. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all the other stuff. I'm not going to beg you for it. If you want it, you got it. And for my Twitch crowd, I am going to go and take down the stream for about 10 minutes. I'm going to bring it right back up, and we're going to play marbles for the next 3 hours. We're going to have a great time. And also for the YouTube crowd, you can always come over and game with me on Twitch. I stream Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Generally, I rarely skip a day. Usually it's because I have an appointment or something like that, and I can't do anything about it. But I do hope that you'll come hang out with me. I do this live on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 10 a.m. and noon. So if you want to get in on the podcast live, that's your chance. Let's wrap it up with the last comment from Eros. One more thing on the subject. My favorite show is RuPaul's Drag Race. There is a Drag Race Thailand that has some contestants that also talk about the ladyboy culture. Yeah, those are very interesting. I actually like what RuPaul does. He or she, I don't know what he technically goes by, but either way, I do appreciate RuPaul, and he brings a lot to the table. All right, guys, it's time to end this. This is number 15. I can't believe we did it again. This show's torture to be forced to watch. I don't watch it. I'm not really all into that culture, but I still value his contributions all the same. All right, thank you, guys. I will see you in 10 minutes, and we're going to do some marbles. So until then, I'm going to go and handle my business and get set up. I'll see you in just a few. Bye, guys.